Let me tell you, parents, some things your children will celebrate, you need to pray about them and be sure that most of them will not die in it. Pray about them. Not how exciting it is means that God is there. I said to my mother, our life has changed. I said, our life has changed. My mother was the most important person to me. So I went to tell my mother, now you will live in my house with this salary. I would change everything. I was excited, telling my mom this, telling my mom that. My mom was so uninterested. I told her, why? She said, everything you are telling me is not what God told me about you. My mother told me, that's not what God told me. That's not what you should do. Hey, as in, it's not what God told you. I told my mother that we quarreled that day. I quarreled with my mother. I said, it's not what God told you. What God told you is that, and you're telling me to go into full-time ministry. Which example do I have around me to show me that if I go into full-time ministry, nothing will happen to me? Which example? No example. Say it's not what God told. That I will serve God. I will serve God. If people understood my dialect, I would have spoken it for. She would that I should serve God. That what God is saying, I should forget everything and serve God. I should serve God. I should serve God. I should serve. So I asked my mother. I said, so if I'm serving God and I get hungry and all that, he said, if I die, I'll go to heaven. Because she too, she did not have an example of serving God, that you will be fine serving God. So she didn't have that example. All she knows is that just do the right thing, serve God, and then die and go to heaven. I told my mother, not me. And that's how I kept doing until my mother died. But see one very striking thing. My mother took ill. And then when I came to see her the night before she died, so I came to see her. So whenever I come, I'm always the one praying for her because she was sick. So, but that night, my mother said she wanted to pray for me. That I should kneel down, let her pray for me. So, and I knelt down. My mother began to pray. For an hour, 7 minutes, my mother was praying. She was crying. She was praying. She was crying. She was praying. She was crying. And when she was done, she told me, nothing will happen to you.